Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome back to the Chicago Conservative live stream edition. Thank you guys all for returning back to the show. I really do appreciate it. And Texas. What's going on? Now listen, I know there is a tragic event that's going on in Texas right now. I believe over 120 confirmed people dead when it comes to this flash flood. And that's an absolutely tragic story, guys. I'm not trying to do the story to take away from that at all. That would just be asinine. But we gotta talk about the 15 indicted chairmen or chairwomen at the Texas Democratic Party, and they were hit with massive voter fraud, guys. Massive. And I think another nine people were caught. So I think that's 15 in total. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the video, I just want to say this. The fact that they're trying to basically think that this is going to work in Texas, that's the dumbest thing ever. That is the absolute dumbest thing on the planet. Everyone knows that Texas do not play that when it comes to voter fraud. Texas is red as hell. So if you guys try any of that, they're going to definitely catch it. So my thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, the Democratic Party has been getting away with stuff like this for a very, very long time. I mean, we already know that these people cheat, right? Nobody in their right mind thinks that Joe Biden was one of the most voted for presidents in the world. Okay? So we know that the ballot boxes, well, we're going to say allegedly because you know YouTube be going crazy when it comes to banning people for speaking the truth. But there has been cases to where ballot boxes have been filled up with basically all type of fake ballots and stuff like that. And when it comes down to the 2024 election, you had a lot of Trump supporters, not even like all Trump supporters, but majority Trump supporters were seeing this and they like, no, we can't let you guys keep getting away with this any longer. Because let's be honest, guys, majority of the United States is red. It's just the inner cities that's liberal. So without further ado, guys, let's check this out. 15 indicted, Texas Dem Party chair hit with massive voter fraud charges. Let's do it.
Story that's been unfolding over the course of years surrounding election fraud.
KSAT Investigates has learned that 9 people have been indicted.
God dog it. They all look Hispanic. They all look Mexican. Does that make me racist? I think that's one white liberal in the upper right hand. And that's definitely a Mexican. So, yeah.
In connection to a massive state-led vote harvesting investigation.
6 public officials were already arrested in May for their alleged roles. Against 5-year-old Stoudemire.
An elections investigation led by the Texas Attorney General's office has led to half a dozen arrests now. Several Frio County elected officials are accused of targeting elderly voters.
What we are witnessing here today.
That is so evil. You're targeting old senile granny? Are you serious? How do you people sleep at night knowing that you guys are going after old senile people for votes?
Is what we feel is a calculated campaign of intimidation. Okay? An effort to criminalize legal civic participation that's taking place across the state of Texas.
What if your vote wasn't just counted? It was collected, packaged, and allegedly sold like hot mixtapes in a parking lot? Because that's what Texas is accusing a former Democratic Party chair and basically 14 others, 15 in total, of doing this. That might be one of the wildest voter fraud indictments we've seen in years. And the worst part of all of this is it didn't go down in some obscure corner in bureaucracy.
And we got to point this out, guys. Look at the ratio, man. You got 7 people up here with orange jumpsuits on, and only one of them's a dude. This should basically tell you guys the problem in politics nowadays.
It involved mayors, school board.
No, these people aren't black. These people are Mexican, actually. And this one white liberal. But yeah, there's a lot of voter fraud going on in Texas. I believe these people were buying other people's votes and selling them. So we're trying to get more information right now. But as of right now, yeah, we got 15 that are indicted. And I don't see no black people, which is surprisingly, crazy.
Board members and a woman who literally ran for a state house. So, welcome to Texas. It is absolutely wild. Let's get into it. Let's set this table real quick. This all went down in Frio County, Texas, a small, mostly rural area southwest of San Antonio. So normally Frio isn't making national headlines or anything like that. Like I said, real small spot. But now it's the center of a criminal probe involving voter harvesting, political back scratching, and a bunch of people who might have
Dude, like, I'm not trying to be racist, but damn. You got Javier, Carlos, Rosa, you got Garza, Raquel. Come on, man. Jeez Louise. Now listen, I know where Texas is, okay? I know it's like on the border of Mexico, but guys, this is America, man. How are these people even getting in these positions of power? Are they originally from America? Look, and I'm not even going to go at the Mexicans. I'm not just going to go at, these people. You also people like Ted Cruz. I like Ted. Don't get me wrong. You got Ted Cruz and all these other people in Congress. These people aren't even from America. Why can't you be an American running our government? Why do you have to serve? It's so many people that have served in other foreign militaries. Why? My thing is this. If you serve in a foreign military like the IDF, for example, there is absolutely positively no freaking way you're getting any government intel when it comes to the United States. And that's final. So we do need to change that, guys. We need citizenship. We need people with legal citizenship here to help run our country better. Nobody knows America better than an American.
Democracy like it was a way to get paid, like it was a nice side hustle. So for those who may not know what exactly is voter harvesting, imagine it like this. Your grandmother wants to vote, but she can't walk to the mailbox. You swing by, you pick up her ballot, and you drop it off. Harmless, right? Now imagine a stranger knocking on your door and saying, "Hey, I'll take your whole family's ballots and make sure they get counted." Suddenly, your vote feels like it's hitching a ride to a Craigslist Uber driver that you never ordered. Voter
Okay, dude is like stretching this, man. We're just going to give you guys the simple definition, which is basically having someone basically do your vote for you in your absence. That's what voter harvesting is, guys. Okay, I don't know why he about to tell a whole story. I mean, good content, but just keep it plain and simple, dude. Like, come on.
harvesting, also called ballot collection, is when someone gathers complete absentee or mail-in ballots from voters and submit them to election authorities. While it could help folks
in their behalf, though, on their behalf, because if it's not on their behalf, then it's illegal. You know what I'm saying?
In rural or elderly communities, it also opens the door to fraud. Think of it as letting someone else deliver your paycheck. There's a lot of trust involved, but it also comes with a real risk. In Texas, that risk becomes law. Since 2021, it's been a felony.
Guys, this is why I racially profile. I'm sorry. This is why I racially profile. Because what do you expect when you have a whole basketball team lineup full of Mexicans in Texas, which basically means they're from Mexico, What do you expect? These Hispanic people are trying to keep their people in power. They want to control basically the votes in Texas so that they can keep their seats. Now, look, I don't got time for all of this. Oh, but they're getting snatched up by ICE and they deserve a chance. Like, I do not care. These people are ultimately going to let these damn illegal immigrants in. We all know what Greg Abbott has to go through in Texas, right? Even though he has to keep on hearing, what's that damn lady named? Jasmine Crockett's big ass, stupid, foamy mouth. So this really doesn't help Texas at all, especially when you got a whole basketball lineup of churros.
Unless you are a close family member or a caregiver. And in this case, prosecutors are saying that some folks were delivering democracy with a side of cash under the table. So
they literally look like sisters or cousins. That's crazy.
True fraud, manipulation, democracy is in the trash, right? The key player is a man by the name of Juan Manuel Medina, the former chair of Bexar County.
Let's go back.
Name of Juan.
Let's look at this again. I'm sorry.
Democracy is in the trash, right? The key player.
Sorry, guys. My racist bell is tingling. So we're gonna look at every single last name from top to bottom, and this is rolled by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 people and 3 columns. So this is 15 people, and you have Raul Carrizales, Benadvez, Leo Carrizales, Obregon, Castellano, Trevino, another Trevino, Ramirez, Carlos Segura, Rachel Garza, Rosa Rodriguez, Raquel Camicho, Manuel Mendina, and Enelia Rodriguez. Dude, these are literally all Hispanic people. This lady isn't even white. I thought she was white. I tried to give y'all a DEI. I tried to give y'all some diversity. But this is ultimately all Mexicans, bro. And that's not a racist statement. That is not a racist statement. This is ridiculous, bro. You got 15 people who were arrested for voter fraud in Texas. Then they're all Mexican. Let's look at the man-woman ratio. So if it's 15 people up here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't know who that Indelia dude is. Okay, so that's 6. 6 out of 15. Wow, man. That is crazy. Y'all already know what I'm about to say next. That's crazy, bro. That just goes to show you, man. Sometimes I just feel like the 19th gotta be removed for simple things like this. Too emotional, man.
Player is a man by the name of Juan Manuel Medina, the former chair of Bexar County, and then next to him, Cecilia Castellano. She actually ran for Texas House, and at least several others, including city council members, a school board secretary, and 2 former mayors. You cannot make this up. This seems like it was a enterprise, a system of taking these things and doing what they want to do with them. It's absolutely insane. All of them were indicted by a grand jury on felony charges related to voter harvesting under the 2021 law that's already controversial, but at the same time, it's a law.
They're not Hispanic, they're Indijo. What does that mean? Oh. I'll say this, man. I might just have to really get YouTube Premium, bro. Seriously.
Right? Texas passed this Senate Bill 1 in 2021. The law, among other things, makes it a felony to collect or handle mail-in ballots for someone else unless you are a relative or official caregiver. Now, in theory, that's about election integrity. But critics said that it's more about voter suppression rather than voter integrity. It's because they believe that this law was cracked down on usually get out the vote strategies used in black.
Don't you guys have you guys ever seen a Hispanic person that, like, whenever they do something bad, they say no, 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 me no English, no, no. Like she got that face right now. No, 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 me español, me no English.
Black and Latino communities. So we notice a lot of people that have been indicted are from Latino descent. Texas AG Ken.
Yeah, you think you feel me, man? Don't make me curse. Don't make me say the F-bomb. But dude, you didn't like pick up on that like a month ago, like 2 months ago, like before the fraud. I'm like, too many Mexicans or indigenous people or whatever you want, whatever the hell you guys want to call it. Too many of those guys, okay? And my red flag would go up if this was with any ethnic group. If you got too many whites, yeah, that's a red flag. Like if all of you guys are like white, like male white, then okay. If it's definitely don't need too many black people. I think that's controversial. But if it's like too many freaking blacks, that's a big red flag for me. If it's a lot of Asians, I'm going to think these people are like, biased towards every other race. Now, in this case, there's a lot of indigenous people or Mexican, if you want to call it that. It's a lot of Mexican people. So this should have been a red flag for anybody. Too many people that's running something when it comes to things that are that important, like an election and votes and ballots and stuff like that. You can't have one ethnic group running something like this, like the chairs of Texas. You can't do that because you ultimately look racist. And you guys already border Mexico.
In Paxson dropped a massive indictment saying that they pay people to collect ballots in local elections. That is really bad. That is fraud to the highest degree. And let's be clear, if what the prosecutors are saying is true and they have the necessary evidence, this is really bad because it can't be about being sloppy with the paperwork or this was just an accident. This involves too many people. It was organized, it's strategic, targeted, a group of local political insiders allegedly collecting votes like they were running some kind of punch card scam. It's just not going to be a good idea. It doesn't look good for these people.
The Attorney General's office made most of these arrests, going through cell phone data of those accused, seeing payments ranging from $1,000 to $3,000 for vote harvesting services. Under Texas law, this is a third-degree felony.
Because naturally, it's not just about the Frio County anymore. See, Medina was also based in Bexar County, which includes San Antonio, obviously a major population hub. Everyone knows about San Antonio. So that's like discovering that you're a small town politician.
Guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button, and hit that notification bell as well. And this guy looks like Norbit, Eddie Murphy.
It's also running voter operations in downtown Dallas. So a lot of people are probably starting asking some questions here. How far did this go? Was it just one network? Or is this a part of a bigger machine? Now this goes back into politics. A lot of conservatives are jumping on saying, hey, listen, this is proof that there's been nationwide election fraud that a lot of people have been talking.
I mean, how does this not prove that, though? How does this not prove that this has been going on for years? People have been talking about voter fraud since Trump lost the election, literally, like faithfully, though. So that was in 2020. Everybody knows that Joe Biden lost that freaking election. There's no way that more people voted for Joe Biden than Trump. There is no reason for anybody to believe that Joe Biden got more votes than Barack Obama. There's no reason for anybody to believe that Joe Biden got more votes than Ronald Reagan. Okay, I think Reagan had like 92% of the whole world. Not the whole world, I mean the entire country, excuse me. The whole entire country. And that dude is far from Reagan, okay? Joe Biden got the most votes in history, like ever? No. Not buying it. Nope, not buying it.
Talk about for years, but obviously the people on the left, the progressives, they clack back. They saying, hold on, is this really about election integrity, or is this a new version of voter suppression dressed up like a police report? Because while these indictments are serious, there are some lawsuits challenging the very law being used. In fact, a federal judge already said parts of the SB1 was unconstitutionally vague, but the Fifth Circuit Court hit pause on that ruling, meaning prosecutors still have green lights to press charges. So there's some clips from the press conference from one of the lawyers from representing many of these people who are indicted, and obviously they believe it's about political retaliation. They think it's voter suppression. They think it's just they are doing the best.
Political retaliation. This is coming from the party that literally tried to kill Donald Trump, guys. Literally, though. This is the same freaking party that tried to lock Trump up for absolutely everything. And it was no probable cause at all. Everything Trump did was absolutely legal. Oh, tax evasion. Oh, he didn't do this. First of all, he paid that money back. When it came to, I guess, some loan that they said that Trump got that he didn't pay back magically, which he did. When it come to the what the hell is that lady name? Jean Carroll or whatever her name is. I guess she basically said that Trump groped her in public in a convenience store, by the way, in the 90s, where Trump is like literally the man. Why the fuck would this dude ever touch you in a grocery store? You feel what I'm saying? So that never made sense either. And when they tried to take Mar-a-Lago, when they tried to take Trump Tower and all this crazy stuff, that stuff didn't work. They tried to indict him, tried to impeach him. That didn't work. So ultimately they tried to kill this man. And these people are talking about, oh, Republicans need to tone down the rhetoric. What do you mean? Are we shooting at you guys? You guys are literally attacking ICE agents on the streets when they're literally doing their jobs, trying to keep your streets safe so you can walk to Starbucks and drink your dumbass coffee and espresso. So why are you mad at police officers for doing their job? Why are you mad at ICE agents doing their job? This just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't see the what's the point here? Saying that, oh, people need to tone down the rhetoric on the right when you guys are literally freaking like trying to kill us, though. And I don't want to hear nothing about Nancy Pelosi's husband. I don't want to hear that shit. If I'm being honest with you, the dude is alive, okay? Trump could have been dead.
Best they can to get people to vote.
You've seen the newspapers, how they have portrayed them out there as criminals, but they haven't had their day in court yet. So the Attorney General is not pursuing justice. We don't feel he's pursuing justice. He is sending a warning, okay, across the state.
This literally looked like Narcos right now. This looks like Narcos. I love Narcos, though. That was a good show. I didn't watch El Chapo, though.
His actions are clearly intended to discourage the efforts of Latino communities across the state of Texas who are organizing, mobilizing, and growing stronger every day.
I mean, so far we got a controversial law, questionable elections, politically polarizing case, and a system that might be prosecuting people for campaign work that was legal 5 years ago. But the problem is, new laws have new restrictions.
Man, look, let's cut to the chase, okay? You got Carlos Hernandez, Javier, whatever the hell you want to call these people. These people were trying to cheat because they wanted to keep these Hispanic chairs in so they can try to sign laws or make laws to basically help out illegal migrants that's trying to come here in America. Let's just be honest, okay? There's absolutely nothing that can change my mind about that. They got to be from Texas. Let's just be honest. They have to be from Texas.
Restrictions, new boundaries, and you have to follow the law, whether you like it
Texas, I should say. Really, Mexico.
or not. And if you don't like the law, obviously you put the necessary politicians in place that they could try to replace the law. So if the law said that you could not collect a ballot or deliver a ballot from someone that's not your immediate family member or someone that you are caretaking, then you got to follow that. You can't pretend that you didn't know and say, well, I used to do this 10 years ago. And why I can't do it now? Because that was 10 years ago. It's not 10 years ago right now. So I don't know if they're going to be able to use that as an excuse or as a defense. Well, this is a bad law. The law is in place. And if the prosecutors have the evidence.
Yeah, guys, I'm not understanding why people are trying to make this like a freaking, rocket science question. Everybody knows that
feel healthy.
They're going to benefit off of trying to get illegal migrants into America.
These people violated the law. Here's where it all hits the fan. In court filings, prosecutors allege that money changed hands to collect ballots. We're talking about potential.
Hold on. I wasn't even looking at the chat, guys. What is going on in the chat? Yo, Tobias, bro, you got to chill out, bro. You be doing a little too much, bro. I don't be like banning nobody because I ain't no damn fascist. But come on, my guy. You gotta relax.
Pay-for-play ballot strategies in local elections. Member Castellano, she allegedly paid Juan Medina, the former Dem party chair, to go and get her ballots, like she was ordering DoorDash for democracy. If this is proving true, it's a felony. Talking about 2 to 20 years in prison per charge. Not good. So these are elected officials. They're not some randos in a Facebook group. They're people who have ran campaigns and talked about trust and service. And now they're facing the kind of charges that can get you banned from voting yourself. So what's going to happen? Well, most of the indicted have turned themselves in. Their lawyers have already been pushing back, saying that obviously this is politically motivated. These were just normal campaign activities. The law is vague. My client's dog ate the ballot. But okay, maybe not the last one, but you get. So meanwhile, we're back and forth. Obviously, we're going to have the conservatives. They're going to say what they have to say. Democrats are going to say, hey, listen, SB1 was built to criminalize.
What can Democrats actually say about this, though? Like, stop giving these people the benefit of the doubt. These people cheat. These people suck. They don't have good policy, man. That's why they have to do things like harvest votes. This is why they're taking votes from old people. Okay, man? When the hell have the Democrats had a policies back in what? The last, I say, true Democrat was Bill Clinton, and even he was bad. Even he sucked. So when the hell are Democrats going to actually get it? Because I'm tired of like these, I'll say center-right people basically trying to give the Democrats basically some type of, I don't know if they're trying to consult Democrats or they're trying to basically advise them to do some different stuff. If I was me personally, I'm a true Republican. I'm not going to advise these people to do anything but keep losing. Now, granted that, their policy means that more lives will be lost, more businesses will close down, safety will go down, crime will go up, But when the people start realizing that this is what happens when you vote for these clowns, the sooner they're going to change their vote. But if they don't care, like majority Black communities, they don't really give a hell who the nominee is. They just see, oh, that's a Democrat, so we're going to vote for that person.
To criminalize our community organizers. This is the intended outcome. It's not a bug, it's a feature. And then obviously the Republicans are saying, This proves what we've been screaming since 2020. The system is rigged, and now we're cleaning house. And the folks at Freehold County, obviously, they're caught in the middle watching their own city council and school boards turn into courtroom soap operas where it is possible that some of these people may be going to jail. So this is not just a legal case. This is a cultural grenade, and this is a huge story. We'll see what happens in the courtroom with the law, and obviously,
Yeah, I'm very interested in what this story is gonna like, how the story is gonna turn out, guys. Um, we've been talking about this for almost a year and a half now about how the Democrats have to basically do whatever they can to get votes. They have to do whatever they can to get the approval of the people of America, especially the ones that are leaving their party. You got a lot of people, even people like Eric Adams, ladies and gentlemen. He left the Democratic Party because they're just insane now. You got Karine Jean-Pierre, the freaking dumbass former press secretary. You know, Caroline Levitt, she's way better than Karine Jean-Pierre. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, now she's a freaking independent now, and now all these people want to be an independent because they just can't stand the sight of the Democratic Party. And then you got your Stephen A's and stuff, like you got your fence sitters and stuff like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean? Okay, this means that this has been going on for a very long time. We could have been holding these people accountable when it comes to, harvesting votes and stuff like that. We could have been holding these people accountable. So voter harvesting, if it's done the right way, it's not a problem with it. But if you guys are harvesting votes for old ass senile people who probably are doing the little handshake when they talk, and they got the the low eye and stuff. If you're coming after those people, there's a special spot in hell for you, because you're taking advantage of the weakest class. I would say, like, children and old people should be, off wraps. Everybody should be agreeing with that. If you don't, then you're dumb. But women and old people are definitely off the table. I mean, excuse me, children and old people are off the table. But what does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? I think that people are going to start being held accountable in America finally, when it comes down to all of this crazy, leftist rhetoric, when it comes down to them threatening us, when it comes to them basically trying to cheat as usual. When it comes to everything, ladies and gentlemen, this just cannot stand anymore. The Democrats have been cheating for centuries. Yeah, I can believe it, man. I can believe it. But this isn't going to be a long live, guys. I'll probably hop on live later on if I find something else interesting. But yeah, guys, 15 indicted, Texas Dem Party basically is they're under a lot of scrutiny right now, and I don't blame them. If you guys want more videos like this, please make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button, comment what you think I should react to next. I'll see you guys next time, and I'm out of here, guys. Peace.